Hi, everyone. So, in this recording, I just want to go over how it is that you're going to read these standards and how you'll use them for the upcoming preschool lesson planning project. So, the reason that we use these standards and we use them in all stages of education is so that teachers and students can know what to expect from a typically developing student. So, teachers are using them in order to plan lessons and to make sure that students are progressing in in a sufficient manner. And, as a student, you can look at them to see what's kind of expected of you. So, we're going to look at these Pennsylvania learning standards for early childhood education. And while they're going to look a little bit differently as you progress throughout the grades, this is what it looks like for the pre-K um, classroom. And that's what you're going to be writing a lesson for. So, that's what we're going to take a look at today. And if you can see here that these standards are 100 pages long, so we're not going to go through all of them, but I just want to show you what you're going to be expected to kind of do in this project and go over the table of contents here. So I'll make this a little bigger so you can see, but you can see that there are 2 full pages of standards for pre-K, and they are broken up by the key learning area. So, in our class, we have certainly gone through a lot of these: the physical development, the intellectual development, and the social emotional development of children throughout in their development through childhood, through birth, really. Up into right now that we're in preschool. And these preschool standards are going to hit those areas as well, because that is really kind of what we're looking at in preschool, is to try and help the students develop in all of those areas. So you can see here the first one: key learning area, approaches to learning through play, constructing, organizing, and applying knowledge. If you look there, that's kind of the main topic. And then you have the standard areas below. So one of the standard areas is constructing and gathering knowledge. Another is organizing and understanding information. Next is applying knowledge, and then learning through experience. Another key learning area is language and literacy development, or English language arts. And the standard areas of that go from 1 to 5. And that is foundational skills: reading informational text, reading literature, writing, speaking, and listening. You'll see here that it says standard area 1.1. So that shows us that this is the first standard area, the first kind of content area, one, which is language and literacy development, or English language arts. And then each of those standards has, another number associated with it. So one, to look for language and literacy development. The next number, point one, you can see exactly where that's going to fall. So one is foundation, two is reading, so on and so forth. Next key learning area is mathematical thinking and expression, exploring processing and problem solving. So we are not going to, it says algebraic concepts and geometry. Of course, that's not developmentally appropriate for a preschooler to be doing worksheets of math, but we can use the information that would be necessary for an understanding of geometry or algebra in a preschool setting, and that's what these standards are based off of. The next one is key learning. The next key learning area is scientific thinking and technology, and you can see all of the different standards associated with that. Social studies thinking, creative thinking and expression, health, wellness, physical development, social and emotional development, partnerships for learning, family, early care, and education programs. So you can see the introduction here. We're going to scroll down a little bit so we can see the actual standards. So this is the first area here, that approaches to learning through play. You can see what each of those standards would kind of mean. So, what is expected out of the learner for them to reach that standard, and how the adult can help in reaching the standard. So, you'll see that for all of the different subsets of each of those standards. If you scroll even further, we can go to a different topic. Remember those foundation skills, language and literacy. So, again, there are the standards up top, and we can see exactly what the preschoolers will have to do. That's the standard, the concepts and competencies. So, what's the learner, the preschooler, expected to do in order to meet that standard, and how the adults can support the students in meeting that standard. So, that's just a basic kind of overview of what these standards look like, how you read them. Going up to the second page here, you're really going to want to use this table of contents when you are planning your lesson, because scrolling through those pages, as you could see, is pretty difficult. There's a lot of information in here, which is a good thing for us because we are learning, but it can be very overwhelming. So when you are choosing your standards that your preschool students are going to meet, definitely look at these and decide which one of these you want them to do. And then, of course, you can go to the page number and type it into the PDF so that you can get to it that way. If you have any questions, please let me know. This is just kind of an overview of using standards to plan your lessons.